Can you believe it? They actually saying that postural patterns cause yoga injuries. Seriously? Are you really believing what you're writing here? Because I can't believe it. I'm just seeing title like this. This is total misunderstanding. How you can tell that the postural pattern lead to the injury. The injury is because of the careless yoga teachers who have no idea, nothing, even the basic information knowledge about the human anatomy. Not because of the people pattern, posture pattern. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it, and I'm in deep shock. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm putting on my every single social media account this information. This is rubbish. Take the responsibility for your work. You're supposed to be the professional. You're supposed to be the person who keep everybody safe on your class. Don't blame people because of their posture. And I'm not going to stay silent anymore. Over 15 years, I heard so many stories about the injuries during yoga classes. And it's not because of these people who went to this class. This is because of the teacher who was forcing people to do something the participant couldn't even try it. And I see it on my own eyes. I was a witness. I was joining as a participant on the classes. And I approached the teacher after the class and I started to ask the question. And she was so rude, so arrogant to me. And I said, why are you doing back extension in the morning, outside? First thing in the morning. And her answer was, because I like to open the chest with other people. So you're doing yoga for you, or you offer yoga for people, for their benefits, not your own. So I ask, okay, fair enough, I hear you. So why is no information? The class is for people who've got really, really flexible spine. And she said, I'm not the organizer, so it's not my responsibility. Can you see where I'm going with this? Sorry about my voice, but that really kicked me very badly. And I was keeping it inside me for many years. But this is it. That's enough. Enough is enough. And now I'm going to speak. How you can answer like that? And I said, okay, I hear you. You are not the organizer. But as a yoga teacher who is doing this class, you should be informed. Organizer, you know what? I'm going to do this one, this one, this one. Please put the note, information, details about the class. And she was like, I don't care. I said, all right. So why is no information? It's not for everyone. How about these people who shouldn't be here? Because I can see so many people around me. And I said, they're gonna be in pain tomorrow and 2 days after. And you know what she answered me? They shouldn't be here. Can you believe it? This is what she told me. They shouldn't be here. And organizer advertised this yoga as a yoga for everyone. You see where I'm going with this? This is total, I don't want to swear. So you know the words, you can put the word, because I don't want to, but it's very close. Oh my God, I'm in shock. Speaking very, very nice language, seriously. This is, I don't want to swear. How you can put the article saying that yoga posture is the answer, is the cause for the injury. Oh my God. It's all about the instructors. They actually call themselves teachers, who have no idea about the anatomy. They have no idea how to adapt any single position for people with back problem, hip replacement, shoulder injury, name it, name it. We people from West, we are not super flexible as people from India. And this is the root from yoga. So you can't put the same teacher in India and in West countries because the participant on different level. I don't know where and when the organizers and the trainers for yoga are going to understand that, because this clearly is going the wrong way. You're blaming people for injury. The injury is because of the teachers, not because of the people. People do what they ask them to do. And the worst is never, I'm talking right now, everybody who wants for any classes, don't even ever allow anybody touch you, go and force you, push you, pull you. Why you can do that? This is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. You can't force people to go to the pose. You should have the knowledge what's going on with the body, where is the limitation, why is the limitation, and as a professional yoga teacher, you should give this person, okay, for you, please try this one and this one. But no, you're trying to fit everybody for the same yoga practice. But not every person can do what you can do as an instructor. This is total misunderstanding. Don't fit people to your yoga practice routine. You need to fit the yoga to every single person which comes into your class. That really makes me angry today. I was like, okay, maybe it's just few examples, but it's more and more and more from year by year, month and month. I feel more story like this. One gentleman came to me and said, yeah, I had the back injury. And I said, okay, I can help you with recovery, but what's happened? I need to know the background of the injury. And he told me, he went to the yoga class and the teacher just pushed him from the back to do the fold forward. How stupid is that? And this gentleman was actually third time on the class. Where is your responsibility, guys? Yoga professionals, where is your responsibility? You're working with people, with their body, and you damage the body, and you're blaming who? Yourself. And the people should sue you. They've got the right to sue you because that actually happened on your class and you were responsible because you were touching this person. So please, everybody who go to yoga classes, never ever allow any teacher to touch you. Show me how to do it. Show me which option I should start. Never let them to force any movement on your body. I'm in shock. Seriously. People who know me, they probably never see me like this because I'm very friendly, very calm person, but enough is enough. And this article, just punch me in my face. I'm not going to accept that, and I'm not going to stay silent anymore. No more. Teach them about the anatomy. I know you don't do that because I've been on so many courses as a teacher assistant, and when I ask them, okay, how about the anatomy on your 500, 300 hours yoga training? Oh, we just touch the base. Yoga is everything about the body movement. So how you can allow the future yoga teachers touch the base? This is like building the house without any foundation. It's going to collapse, and this is what's happening right now. This is the real deal. And another website information. What your teacher means saying that. Don't fit people in your language. Speak to people they understand. Not the other way around. Because people start to feel full, like stupid. I don't understand what the teacher was saying. I'm just stupid. I'm not this level. No. They just speaking to you not the right language. And I shouldn't go to the class if you not feel comfortable with that. They need to be friendly. They need to be open for adaptations. If they don't know how to adapt the position, give you options to try, they are not good yoga teachers. Don't go there, because sooner or later you finish with the injury, as you see on the article. My private client asked me, Alicia, what is going on? I heard from my friend from USA, there was a big debate about the injury. Listen that. Injury in the yoga teachers. Yoga teachers get the injury during the practice, during the teacher other people. So, hello, what's going on? How the professional can injure themselves when they serve the same routine to other people who are not that flexible as they are? And I got the answer. There's one certain position which actually is totally unnatural and is pulling your joints, your ankle, your knee and your hip. And she said, yeah, I told her, okay, let me guess, it's about the hip injury. And I said, yeah, how you know? Because I know exactly which position caused that. I can show you right now. I never ever demonstrate this position to anyone in the world because it's completely wrong. And I asked few people who actually finished their training very recently, can you contact your mentor and ask about this particular pose? What's the benefit from this pose? Because I can see only the injury, nothing else. And of course, I never had any answer from that. I emailed the yoga journal about that as well. So they just, politely, blah, blah, blah. This is what we do, blah, blah, blah. Nothing, not even consider, maybe she's right. Maybe we should check that. Maybe we should just try and think about it. Just, try to think outside of the box, because yoga is great, but yeah, it's a big but. Capital B-U-T. The biggest problem with yoga is lack of professional training, missing the anatomy. This is unacceptable at any point. So when you hear, 500 hours training, so yeah, their knowledge is like this. And I start to talk with them and said, wow guys, you have no idea about the muscles, about the movement, which certain position is doing for your body, if you're stretching, which muscles you stretch, which muscles you strengthen, what's the name of the basic muscles. They had no idea. Zero. So please, if you find yoga instructor, teacher, whatever they call themselves, ask them for the qualification and ask how many hours the training cover for the anatomy. And if they know how to adapt position for certain limitations, especially the lower back, the back extension. When I saw this routine, was everything about the back extension. And I was watching these poor people and I was like screaming inside, oh my God, I want to go and just take this mic from her and said, people, better don't do anything, instead doing this, because you're just injuring yourself. And you're thinking you're doing something good because this yoga is so great. It is, if you've got the professional instructor. Otherwise, you just straight line going to the injuries sooner or later. And it's the same problem with the exercise, but this is all about the yoga from the yoga journal article, so I'm focused on this one. That's another subject because this is the different issue. But here is lack of the knowledge, anatomy knowledge. Unacceptable. I've got all the words in my mind, but I'm not going to say them. No. I'm in big, deep shock. Seriously, I'm shaking inside when I read this title today, and I said, no way, this is my time to speak right now, because I was holding this for so many years. That's it. I can't hold it anymore. Don't let anyone to fit you to the yoga. I had a friend and she told me, Alicia, are you going to do any headstand? And I said, no, you're just coming for the first time. So why you even consider I'm going to try headstand on you? Because, I was on one class and they forced me to do it. My jaw just dropped. First of all, this is very advanced position. Second of all, you don't even know this person for 5 minutes. How on earth you can force person to be upside down, holding everything on the neck? Maybe they've got some issue with their spine. You don't know. I'm in shock. So what I'm asking from you, use the hashtag stop injuries, stop yoga injuries, and we have to stop that. Because this is going the wrong way. They need to take their responsibility for the training, for the quality of the training for the instructors. And instructors say, oh, it's not my fault because we didn't do anything on the course. Yeah, but you've got people coming and you don't think, I have to learn more because I have no idea what to do with them. It's like, okay, they don't fit, they never come again. I don't care. This is what I can see. It's going absolutely wrong direction. And it's so sad. So sad. And it's so wrong. So my advice for you, check the qualification. Check how many hours anatomy was covered. If they know how to work with any limitation. And the experience as well. If someone is very young, and right now what the trick they do is like, please just listen to your body, do as much as you can. How on earth you can allow people to do as much as they can? Which means they allow you to try to your limits. So when you try to your limits, you actually stop when you feel pain. As a yoga professional, you should explain what they're doing, how far they can go with the movement before they push the limits. Because it's too late. They already teeny tiny injuring themselves because they reach the pain level. And don't tell me, no pain, no gain. This is not the gym. This is not the lifting weight. This is not about the building muscles. This is about the yoga. You're working with your muscles and joints to make them more flexible. It's a huge responsibility. And this is what is lacking on the trainings. Nobody is saying about any safety, about how big responsibility is for the yoga professional. Nobody's saying that. Why? People paying for your classes. They trust you. They do whatever you ask them to do, even if they injure themselves. But don't blame them, because this is your fault if they injure themselves during your class. This is the worst. Yoga is not for that. Yoga is actually the best injury prevention if you're in good hands. So please, if you know anyone who had any injuries during yoga, leave the comments. I'd like to see how many people actually get injured being in the same room if they're yoga professional. Professionally, probably this way. And leave the hashtag stop yoga injuries. We have to stop that because this is crazy. On one hand, they're saying do yoga is for good, yoga is good for lower back pain, yoga is for good for the injury recovery, yoga is that. But on the other hand, they're blaming you for your injury. Are you accepting that? No. Don't let them do that. Sorry for my voice, but I just get so emotional with this subject because I'm working in this industry for professionally 15 years and as a hobby from even more, half of my life. So this is my real passion. That's why you can find my voice, you know, very strong, but because it's really attached to me. Send this video to everybody you know. Open their eyes. Everybody open your eyes. If you're in safe hands. Because this article really shows, they put the green lights for the teachers. That's not my fault. Now you need to learn how to adapt the position for yourself. Look on the internet. No, dear. This is our job. This is our job to observe every single person in the room, or if you're doing outside, and be sure, yeah, she's okay. Oh yeah, this guy has really tight hips. I need to just give them some another options if someone has the tight hips. So think about it. If you go to the class when it's more than 20 people, how on earth is even possible for the instructor to keep attention on every single one? No way. From my practice, 25, that's max. If you've got more, you can't focus on every single one. No. If you know them for very, very long time, you've got the relationship with them, you know history, they're coming to you for a long time, fair enough. But if you've got 25 people and you've got new people coming to your place, no way. No way. They probably need different level, they need different adaptation that people coming for many years. So my message is, don't fit yourself to yoga. Fit yoga for your own individual needs. There's only one way to practice, to do yoga on a safe level. That's my message. And please share it with your friends, with your family, with everybody who likes yoga. Just open their eyes. Open their eyes and be safe with your practice, because yoga is amazing. I'm not talking about any religion, about any meditation, stuff like that, nothing spiritual. Yoga, just taking muscles, poses like exercises, is great for everyone. But only if it's done the right way. So it needs to be huge background with the anatomy knowledge. Without that, this is what's happened. They say, oh, you know, because this is your lower back, so sorry. Don't allow them to say that. That's absolutely wrong. Okay? I can talk, because that's my love, that's my passion, yoga and fitness. So please be safe. Please check your instructors. Check your teachers, and just try to rethink how the class looks like and how much actually the teacher cares about the class. Because I've done on so many classes, I was like, yeah, he is the guru. And he was even saying, oh, you know, you never reached this level. And I said, what is this? What he's talking about? Crazy. crazy. So please find a good yoga professional, exercise in safe level, fit the yoga for your individual needs, and enjoy yoga in a safe way. See you for now.